Hello everyone. As per the term 1 of CBSE, what has been declared recently by the board, they have told that the term 1 will be only on the MCQs. So MCQs can be of three types. That is the normal MCQs. The MCQs are case-based MCQs where they will be talking of a case and they'll be giving options. Based on the case, we have to understand and we have to mark the options. And the last will be a reasoning and assertive type of based MCQs, where a statement will be given that is assertive and a reasoning will be also be given. So we have to combine both of them and look for the options that will be done. So today we'll be talking for the MCQs on life process. Now let's start with the MCQs of life processes. The first question is, the prepared food for plant is stored at, this is a very easy question. The prepared food for the plant is stored as in the form of chitin, pectin, collagen, or starch. It is stored in the form of a starch. We all know that the plants, whatever they prepare, the food, after photosynthesis, the prepared food is prepared and it is stored in the form of starch. The basic activity which is responsible for so it is option D. Second question, the basic activity which is responsible for the living organisms to be alive is called nutrition, respiration, excretion, and life processes. So it is the basic activity. It is responsible for the being alive. So it includes all the processes, all the life processes that we had discussed. So it will be life processes. Not any one of them will not be sufficient enough for a person to be alive. So the answer will be even the fourth. The third question, during a heartbeat, the alternate contraction and relaxation of the auricles and the ventricles is referred to as the cardiac cycle, systole, diastole, or ventricular ejection. It is the alternate contraction and relaxation that they are talking of. It is alternate contraction and the relaxation of the heart that is the blood is being taken in and has been pumped out. So it involves the full cycle. So it has to be the cardiac cycle. It has to be the cardiac cycle. Systole and diastole, they are parts of the cardiac cycle. So the option or the answer for this is answer A. The gaseous exchange in lungs takes place at the bronchi, the bronchioles, the alveoli, and the trachea. If you remember, when we had talked about respiration, we are told the gaseous exchange takes place in the minute structure. There are very minute structures where the gaseous exchange takes place. Answer will be alveoli, or it will be the option C. The next question, fishes breathe through. What does the fishes breathe through? This is answer B, because it is a very easy one. Fishes breathe through gills. It is not lungs, skin, or nose. It is only a special type of an organ which is provided with the fishes so that they are able to breathe in water. And so it is answer B. The functional unit of excretory system, kidneys, neuron, nephron, or alveoli. If you remember, when we had talked about the excretory system, the kidney consists of thousands, we had told thousands and millions of the basic unit, that is nephron, for the excretory system. So the answer for 6 is C. The process that maintains the amount of water and ionic balance in the body fluid is known as osmoregulation. That is osmosis, which maintains the water and the ion content of the body. Whereas dialysis is the process by which the waste from the body is given out through a artificial process. When the kidney is not functional, when the kidney doesn't function properly, this is the method that is used for the maintenance or for the giving out the excretory material. So the answer is answer B. The number of ATPs released during aerobic respiration is, so the number of ATPs released, it is A, that is 38, 35, 36, or 34. So if you remember, the number of ATPs released during aerobic respiration is 38 ATPs, whereas in anaerobic respiration, that is without the supply of oxygen, the number of ATPs released is only 2 ATP. So it is answer A. Anaerobic respiration takes place in which part of the human body? Anaerobic respiration, just now I was talking of anaerobic respiration. So anaerobic respiration takes place in which part of the human body? Lungs. It moves or it does the breathing. It does not take place, respiration does not take place in lungs, if you remember, because we had always confused breathing with that of respiration. Lungs is involved only for breathing. Nose is an organ which helps in breathing. It is muscle. Skin does not respire, and only it is the muscle. So muscle is the option that is involved in anaerobic respiration in the human body. So option is C. Which part of the small intestine receives the digested food? Which part of the small digested food? The duodenum, the jejunum, the ileum, and all of these. It is the duodenum, because if you remember, the small intestine is divided into three parts, that is duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. Now in these three parts, out of these three parts, the digested food is received by the duodenum, so it is answer A. All of these constitute the parts, or they are parts of the small intestine. Next, what is the first enzyme that the food interacts with? Is it pepsin, it is salivary amylase, trypsin, or lipase? This is a very easy question if you remember. Even if you don't remember, or even if you don't able to understand, from the options we can easily understand what should be the answer, because salivary amylase, the food that we taking, is first put into the mouth, and mouth is the part, or mouth is that organ which consists of the particular digestive enzyme, that is the saliva. It consists of saliva. The saliva consists of the salivary amylase. So saliva is there in the mouth, and this consists of salivary amylase. So the first enzyme that the food interacts with, or the food comes in contact with, that is salivary amylase. It is the enzyme salivary amylase with which the food interacts with. So it is option B. The digestive food is absorbed into the blood from which part of the digestive system? The small intestine, the stomach, the large intestine, and all of these. So it is if you remember, the digested food is absorbed into the blood. So first, if when we are eating the food, it comes from the mouth, it goes through the esophagus, it goes to the stomach. There also the digestion takes place, and after that, some part of the digestion, the food moves on to the small intestine. There the complete digestion of the food takes place. So the food is only absorbed only after complete digestion. So the complete digestion takes place in small intestine. So the food is also absorbed only once it reaches the small intestine. The digested food is absorbed into the blood from the small intestine. So this is option A. The alternate contraction and relaxation of the walls of a food pipe is called swallowing, stomach, bolus, or peristaltic movement. That is, it is the alternate contraction. When we are actually swallowing the food, it is the contraction and the relaxation of the food pipe or the esophagus, which helps the food to take it down. So what happens? The alternate contraction and relaxation of the esophagus takes place, and this contraction and relaxation is known as the peristaltic movement, because swallowing is just one, that is the process that we are doing, that is swallowing of the food. That is stomach, it is the next step where the food reaches, and there the digestion takes place, and bolus is that which forms in the mouth. Once the food is chewed with the teeth, and it is get rolled with the tongue, and also mixes with the enzyme salivary round type of thing, that is called the bolus. This bolus, that is the food, is just in the first step of its digestion, because digestion starts from the mouth. So this is the first step of digestion, and that food in the mouth is known as bolus. So it is the peristaltic movement. So option is D. Iodine, when added to rice water, the solution turns blue-black in color. This is an indication that rice water contains. So they are telling that if you add a drop of iodine to the rice water, immediately it turns blue-black in color. So what does it contain? Iodine is an indicator for starch. It is not an indicator for fat or proteins. So when it turns blue-black in color, that means it indicates the presence of starch. So starch has the correct answer, that is 14A. Aquatic animals take in oxygen for respiration from water, air, atmosphere or planktons. So it is the aquatic animals take the oxygen from water. In previous question I had discussed how do they do in respiration. We had told that they have special structures called gills, because that helps to breathe them in the water. So it is the water from where they take in the oxygen. Exit of unabsorbed food is regulated by which muscle? The exit of unabsorbed food. It is large intestine, the anus, the anal sphincter or the rectum. Which one? So it is the anal sphincter. They are talking of the muscle which regulates the exit of the unabsorbed food through the large intestine. So it is known as the anal sphincter. That is option C. The breakdown of pyruvate takes place to release of carbon dioxide, water and energy. This what we are talking of, that is the complete breakdown of pyruvate, the 3 carbon compound into 1 carbon compound, that is carbon dioxide, water and energy. If you remember the process of respiration after breathing, the breaking of the glucose into pyruvate takes place in the cytoplasm. Here cytoplasm is an option, but cytoplasm is required, or in the cytoplasm it is the breakdown of the glucose to that of the pyruvate. From the pyruvate, carbon dioxide, water and energy, it takes place in mitochondria. Nucleus, it does not happen. The cytoplasm, it happens, but only the first stage of the respiration, that is the breakdown of the glucose into pyruvate, and endoplasmic reticulum also no. The process of respiration, none of them takes place in endoplasmic reticulum. So the answer is mitochondria. Answer B. The process of glycolysis takes place in, so if this is mitochondria, so then the process of glycolysis takes place. The process of glycolysis means breakdown of glucose into pyruvic acid. So that is cytoplasm. So here only I have discussed the answer for this question. So answer is option C. Vocal cord is located in which part of the body? It is larynx, pharynx, trachea or none of this. It is larynx, it is the larynx, it is the larynx. So what is the mode of nutrition in fungus? Autotrophic, that is for the plants, heterotrophic for other than plants, mostly all of the living beings, like that of the human beings, animals, then your fishes, birds, etc. Parasitic, these are for the very low graded animals, like that of the roundworm, which actually depends on some other body, to get the nutrition form. And saprophytic, they generally live on the dead and decaying matter, like that of the, so the nutrition in fungus is obtained from saprophytic mode of nutrition, that is they follow the saprophytic mode of nutrition. Answer D. Villi present on the internal walls of small intestine helps in emulsification of fats, breakdown of proteins, digestion of carbohydrates, or none of these. So if villi, if you remember, what does villi does? Emulsification of fats, no, it does not do the emulsification of fats, neither the breakdown of protein, neither the digestion of carbohydrates. So it has to be the option of none of these, because the work of villi helps in the absorption of the digested food. It helps in the absorption for the digested food. So it is answer D. Sorry, I gave the answer. The exchange of respiratory gases in the plant takes place from the leaf epidermis, stomata, lenticels or the vacuole. It is the stomata from where the exchange of respiratory gases takes place. Next, the respiratory pigment in human beings, alveoli, lungs, hemoglobin or mitochondria. This is a very easy question because hemoglobin is the respiratory pigment for that in human beings. The tissue that transports water and minerals, it is answer C. The tissue that transports water and minerals from the root to that of the leaf. It is parenchyma, xylem, phloem or collenchyma. So parenchyma and collenchyma, they are different kind of tissues which is not responsible for the carrying or transporting of the water and minerals. So it is either xylem and phloem. So it is xylem that takes place or that helps or that carries the water and minerals, whereas phloem carries the prepared food. That is, this helps in transpiration. Is pyruvate converted during an anaerobic respiration in yeast along with energy? So when they are telling that when pyruvate is converted in yeast, if you remember, what is it gets converted into? And we all know that any conversion or any in the process of respiration, any type of, may it be aerobic or anaerobic, there is always a release of energy. But in anaerobic respiration, the amount of energy released is very less. So in yeast, what happens? Does it produce carbon dioxide and ethanol, lactic acid and carbon dioxide and water, or ethanol and carbon dioxide? So the option first, that is carbon dioxide and ethanol, is the correct answer, because these are the alcohol and CO2 is produced during anaerobic respiration in the yeast. So it is option A. The cell organelle, where glucose is broken down to produce energy from metabolic activity. So they are talking of the production of energy. They are talking of the production of energy where glucose is broken down. See, glucose is broken down into pyruvate in the cytoplasm, but that does not release any energy. So after that pyruvate is formed, it gets again broken down into carbon dioxide, water and energy. Now this energy that is released during the process of respiration, that takes place in mitochondria. So according to the question, it is where glucose is broken down. If you consider, it is cytoplasm, but because they are talking of the energy, so it has to be mitochondria, because the whole thing is taking place. The final result that we get, that is the energy, which is the major requirement, or which is the main aim for the process of respiration, that is called, or that is obtained from mitochondria. So we'll go with option C. Okay. The vessels that carry blood from lungs to the heart: pulmonary vein, coronary artery, pulmonary artery, or none of these. That carry blood from the lungs to that of the heart. From the lungs to that of the heart. From the lungs, when it is coming to the heart, means that is a oxygenated blood that is coming from the lungs to that of the heart. So when it comes from lungs to heart, it is oxygenated blood, and oxygenated blood is always carried by the arteries. Veins always carry the deoxygenated blood. Now there are two options for coronary artery and pulmonary artery, but they are telling that blood from lungs to the heart. From lungs to the heart, it is the pulmonary artery. Okay, so from lungs to the heart, it is the pulmonary artery. So it is option C. The part of the plant which is involved in gaseous exchange in the stem of a plant. It is not the leaf, because if you are talking of the leaf, it is the stomata. So we have to see what is there: lenticel, stomata, guard cell and epidermis. See, guard cell is also present in the, it is a structure or the cells associated with the stomata. So guard cell option also gets cancelled out. Epidermis is the just top layer or of the leaf or any part of the plant So it is the epidermis also gets cancelled out. So it has to be a lenticel. So lenticel, they are the cells which present on the stem of the plant, and through this also it involves a gaseous exchange. Even transpiration also takes place through the lenticel. So it has to be answer A. The process by which food is carried by the phloem, it is known as transportation, transpiration, translocation, or none of these. So it is transportation. Transpiration, I have told you, that is the giving out or the gaseous exchange or giving out of the excess product from that of respiration or from the process of photosynthesis. Transportation is taking one thing from one place to another. It is translocation. Translocation means it is transferring of the prepared food from the leaves to the different parts of the body, that is carried to the different parts of the plant. So it is translocation, or option C. The vessels that carries blood from heart to different parts of the body. From heart to different parts of the body. I told you, from heart to different parts of the body means it is a deoxygenated blood that it is carrying, because if it is from the different parts of the body to that of the heart, it is the deoxygenated blood, and oxygenated blood is always carried by an artery. So it is always carried by an artery, whereas the deoxygenated blood is always carried by a vein. So the option B, that is artery, is the answer. Because capillary hemoglobin is the pigment carrying oxygen, capillary are very fine. They are not vein or artery. Capillaries are the interjoining, they are very small blood vessels, and vein carries the deoxygenated blood. So it is option B. So these are the questions for MCQs on the chapter life processes. This is the MCQs, the normal, the straightforward MCQs, and we'll also talk about the reasonings, and we'll also talk about the statement and assertive MCQs, and also the case-based MCQs. So everyone, if you have liked my video, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. And of course, if you have any question, please put in the comments box. I will be surely getting back to you. Thank you.